Hi, welcome to the We Got Games podcast. I'm Corey. I'm the manager at We Got Games.
This is Adam B. I work there at We Got Games.
And we decided to do a secondary podcast just because of the conflict with our schedules and stuff like that. And what we want to do is bring in regular customers and talk about the related news.
Yeah. It'd be good to talk to some of our regulars just to get their take on how their view of the store and gaming in general. And that's pretty much what the podcast is going to be about, just gaming and games we like, and we'll just talk about the games we're playing lately and all that stuff.
Just try and be different than the other podcast.
A little bit.
The Rare Collection came out.
Yeah, the Rare's collection. We played it a bit, I guess you could say. It wasn't not that great. I don't know. What was your favorite?
Rare has a lot of crappy games.
what was your favorite game on that collection that you played so far?
Sadly, it's probably Conquer.
Really? You were just...
I probably put the most time into that game. Every other game I just exit. Actually, Battletoads. I put a lot of
that game looks good. The arcade one looks good.
The arcade one, yeah.
You were screaming and crying the whole time you were playing Conquer.
Yeah, the controls are just terrible.
No, it is. I know. I kept falling down in that stupid well and trying to jump up.
Yeah, and the worst is there's no direction. Like, I got to the bee part, and it says read the signs. And the signs is like nasty bees and I think good bees. But it doesn't tell you how to kill them. It just leaves you like on your own, and you got this frying pan, and all you're doing is swinging across, and that's when I got frustrated. Yeah, the very beginning part was frustrating. Yeah. Trying to jump over that log and get over the bridge.
Yeah, Conquer's...
Killing that gargoyle.
I waited a long time. I'd never played that before. I've heard all these things, and everyone's like, it's such a good game, and it's rare. Like, the N64 cartridge is rare, so... I mean, I'm sure it's a good collector's item, but like... Yeah, for what it is, I don't know. I guess it's just a sign of the times. None of these games really hold up.
No, they're all bad controls. It's just the controls were really bad. But I guess that's just the way it was.
The thing is, though, the game itself is packaged really nice. Like, it's in a really good... The way they've set it up. Like, you go into the menus are great. I just unlocked, like, my first video, like a making of something. I haven't really checked it out, but that stuff's interesting just to... like find out like more about Rare and like how they made the games, but the games themselves so far, nothing like all the games that aren't Xbox Live, I guess they're not multiplayer like online. So that kind of
except for the 360 ones.
So that's a drag. We can't play Battletoads together. Like
I suppose they didn't do that
because I was looking forward to that.
Same here.
Yeah. So the Rare collection, I guess, is a kind of a letdown.
Well, at least it was only $30.
That is a good part. Yeah. Good. It's a good.
It's also like Microsoft's like, sorry guys for this crappy collection.
Well,
sorry, it's only $30.
It's worth it, I guess, for $30. It is. It's the way they presented it and the price are good. And I don't know. I guess I could see myself going back and playing them just for the achievements and just for the nostalgia. But I don't have a lot of nostalgia.
It's hard though. Like I was actually looking forward to like RC Pro-Am, and that was fun for like 5 minutes, and then I was like, this is why I don't care. Like, I don't know. It was cool to go back, but you're like, this is...
If you could play it with friends, like, online, RC Pro,
that's the thing,
it would be sort of fun, but there's not a lot to do. Yeah, right, after a couple minutes, it's kind of like, it's boring. Oh, well.
We tried Cameo,
Cameo, Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark looks weird.
Yeah, it still holds up. It's just motion sickness.
Something with the frame rate. It felt weird.
Yeah, it's not fluid. It's kind of... Yeah,
just not there. I don't know. I guess we both just expected more from it. But oh well. I mean, not a bad collection, but it's bad.
It's pretty bad. There's no good games that they had, especially all that 1984 games and stuff like that.
Oh,
I didn't play any of them. They just look terrible.
They look so bad. Yeah, it's just really old arcade titles from the 80s. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're great. Like, we have to try them. We can't really say yet. They could be amazing, but by the looks of them, nope.
Yeah.
No.
So,
nope. Yeah, so that was
even that Jet. What was it? Jet Gemini or something like that.
Yeah.
But I was just playing that for a bit, and like the controls are terrible as well. Like you're shooting all over the place. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing or where I'm supposed to be going.
Even Grabbed by the Ghoulies. You were playing that a bit. Not
Not
very.
Grabbed by the crappy.
The graphic, like though that one looked good. Like the look of it is very nice. But
it does look good, yeah.
But I could tell the controls just weren't there. Just not what we expect nowadays. We're too spoiled. The games are looking better and the controls are better like all the time. But oh well. That was that game.
Yeah.
But what else were we playing? We tried Sword Art Online on the PS4.
That was a headache.
Well, the first time we played
a lot of talking,
yeah,
a lot of dialogue.
Too much Japanese. And it's all Japanese. You have to read everything. No time for that. Too long to read.
Skip all that.
Yeah, no time. And we couldn't figure out how to play it online the first time we played it. That was embarrassing. But yeah, like...
Yeah, you just quit the game and then start it, and then there's the multiplayer menu.
Yeah, but even that's too hard right now. Our characters are too low level. Even though we're level 100. You'd think...
Doesn't make any sense.
You'd think we'd be good at...
Level 100 is equivalent to level 1.
Yeah, you just gotta just take out...
That's basically what it is.
Yeah. So terrible. But anyways, that game's kind of fun, even though it's a Vita port, which we didn't know either. It's like, oh, this is a Vita game?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's... The multiplayer looks pretty cool, though. Like, from what we've played of it so far, I still want to play that game.
Have them for $20.
Yeah.
I mean...
Mm-hmm.
What's better, that or the Rare Collection?
Ooh. That's a hard question to answer. The other day before we played the Rare Collection, I would have like guessed that the Rare Collection would have been so much more amazing, but I'm gonna give it.
I think for the value, the Rare Collection, for the value that you get for $30.
Yeah. I don't want to.
But I think we spend more time playing that Sword Art Online. Than the Rare Collection.
I have a feeling we will spend more time still playing
because
it's online and we can level up and we could. I don't know.
Hack and slash RPG.
I can definitely see
potential.
Yeah, in playing that game more than the rare games. The rare games you just get bored after a while. You pop it in for like 20 minutes.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. You try out every game for like 5-10 minutes and you're moving on to the next game. You're not actually like. At least for me, I don't want to play or finish any of these games because they're not even that good.
Right.
It's like nice just to go back to and be like, oh yeah, I remember this, and then next.
Yeah,
I remember this.
But they've got those milestones, so they want you to go back to them. They want you to play them to unlock videos. And I don't know, maybe there's other things. Maybe there's secret games that are locked.
That'd be crazy.
Like Donkey Kong 64. That won't happen, but still.
GoldenEye.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but
it sucks that GoldenEye is actually not there.
Yeah, why isn't it? Is it an Activision? Is it some kind of...
No, Nintendo owns some sort of license to it.
It's Nintendo again.
Yeah.
Well,
remember at one point it was supposed to come out in the arcade? But Nintendo wanted more money, and then because of that, they like, nope.
Oh man. Well,
because no one was going to buy it on the Nintendo Wii, because the whole purpose was like online multiplayer on Xbox 360. And everyone would buy it on 360. Microsoft should just let Nintendo have more money. It would have sold more, and they would have got their money anyways. Like, who cares?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could have just bought the rights, or not the rights, but just the right to use it.
Yeah, they should have just paid Nintendo more. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
More people would buy it on the 360 anyways than Wii.
Yeah, but once that starts, all of a sudden we'll see Mario on Xbox. You know what I mean? Once they start selling their, Nintendo doesn't want to go that route. They'll be like, I don't know, probably not, but still.
It's true.
Who knows? But yeah, so we played a bit of that, and we're still playing Rocket League.
Yeah, that game's awesome.
I don't know. I can't keep going back to it. Like that's the game that I want to play. When I'm playing games, I just want to play Rocket League. We're playing Sword Art Online. And I'm like, I can't wait to play Rocket League. We're playing a Rare Collection. Yeah. It's just that game. It's hard though. We played some doubles last night. And that is really hard. Like, those people playing doubles are really good.
2 versus 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys are...
It's crazy hard.
They're really good. And it's hard to, like, know if you should stay back in net or you should go forward. It's
3 versus 3 is a well-balanced.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect. We haven't tried 4 versus 4, though.
No, I haven't tried that one either. Well, hopefully we'll get some friends to play, get a good team going. You definitely need communication. You can't just pick up a random. We've done it before, but they're the worst because they never stay in net. And sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not that good. But like Oh man, it's just really frustrating when you can't talk to your teammates. I guess that's the same in most sports games, but I don't play a lot of sports titles, so this is one of the first ones I'm like playing and enjoying.
Sure.
Would you call it a sport game?
Uh, yeah. It is a sport. You're kicking a ball around, well, with a car.
I don't know. It's something that I would
You're
actually.
kicking it in a net, so it's got to be a sport.
I would watch it if it was on TV. Like I would. Like every other sport, I'm like meh. But like that, I would watch. That game's wicked. Even if it's just remote control cars kicking around a beach ball, it's way more interesting to watch, I think. But that's a great game. I love that game. But yeah, so get used to hearing us talk a lot about Rocket League. There's DLC coming soon. More cars, I guess.
For $3?
Yeah, $3 DLC. So there's going to be a new track, and there's a spectator mode, from what I read.
And yeah, new cars. Why are they charging $3? That seems kind of odd.
I guess because a lot of their,
I guess because
they gave it away for free on PlayStation. So maybe a lot of the people that are playing it, they'll also be like, "Damn, we should have charged some money." It's such a good game.
very possible. But they're getting their money regardless because of Sony, right?
Yeah,
They got some sort of deal.
must have. But I guess everyone who has it now, if like even half of those people buy the $3 DLC, they'll make some money.
I guess because yeah, you got the game for free, so they feel like they charge $3, and the people that really enjoy it that they got for free will still support them and pay the $3.
Yeah, no,
I mean, $3 is nothing. It's only $3, but it just seems kind of weird how it's only a couple cars, arena, and somewhat vinyls or something for
yeah, probably like
the cars or something.
decals and stuff. Yeah, like all those.
Yeah.
Types. But the only thing is, like, I think I don't know for sure, but like all the cars seem to handle a little differently, but not like a big difference. Like I don't know much about the different cars, so but I don't really know if it changes the game that much. Nothing really changes the game except for the spectator mode.
Yeah.
But like I said, I could watch it.
They should add like maybe 4 versus 4 or 5 versus 5 maybe, and then have 2 soccer balls in there.
Whoa! Didn't you say something about a bigger ball?
Yeah, I thought it was a bigger ball, but I think it could just be the screenshot because it never said anything. So I just think the screenshot was made it look like it was a big, huge ball. They should just make a big, huge ball. That would be good anyway.
It's big enough as it is. They know what they should do. They should change the gravity so it doesn't float as much. Like if it just
or bounce. They should make it so it doesn't bounce as much. That way you have a chance to hit it.
Well, sometimes it just seems to take forever to come down. You're just like, I guess it's just the heat of the moment because you're just flying and you're just so worried.
But it's part of the strategy too, though, because while you're waiting for it to go, you're supposed to hit the triangle button so it gets out of the ball view, and that way you can just ram into the opponent, and then they go flying, and then your teammate can actually hit it in.
So many different like.
Yeah, there is strategies to it. Yeah,
I don't know many of them.
No one plays like that. People just like stay underneath the ball and be like, "Okay, it's coming down."
Yeah, but what an excellent game. And yeah, they'll make their money on that DLC. I think that game, like everyone will buy it. Everyone will pay $3. The game is so good, it's so good. And I don't know, the way that it's cross platform with the PC and PS4 is really smart.
Yeah,
so
find matchmaking really quick, find the players and stuff like that. Even the controls are really good on it. It's shocking.
Yeah, no, it's an excellent game. But yeah, so I guess that's all we've been playing lately.
Yeah, just Rocket League and the Rare Collection.
Yeah.
And I guess, the Sword Art Online. Not so much Destiny anymore.
No.
I'm just waiting for the DLC.
Yeah, we haven't played Destiny at all, which is surprising because that consumed us for months. Months and months of just that game. Over and over. Strikes and strikes and strikes. Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what we've been playing this week. It's just those games. So anything upcoming? Is there any new games coming out? I guess what's the next new game coming that you're looking forward to?
I thought it was nothing except
nothing.
Rainbow, I guess. But that's always September. Like
yeah, we got some time to wait now.
I don't. Oh, actually no. Gears of War Ultimate.
When's that coming out?
The end of August.
Ooh, so we gotta wait this month. Okay.
But yeah, nothing early next month either.
Yeah.
I think just Madden, that Yoshi's Yarn.
Did you play the Gears of War beta? for the.
Yeah, but I didn't like the multiplayer.
That's all. That's what it's all about. I love that. That's the reason I'm buying it. I mean, I'm not good at it. I always get blown away by the shotguns and stuff, but that.
You're not buying for the single player?
Yeah.
They changed so much, though.
I'll buy it.
I just like going back. I just like remembering.
Mm-hmm.
This game kind of shaped the 360 in some ways.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, I mean, yeah, obviously I'm gonna play like the co-op single player, but the online is like that's all I really got to play in the beta, and it was so fun. And it looks so just looks so good. The frame rate and everything just looks so nice. It's killer. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. That's a good one. So, but is that it? That's the only big thing coming in August.
Oh, actually, the Beyond Dawn, that's PS4, that Sony, I think, forgot about.
I forgot about it, too.
They're not even pushing that game out. I don't get it. It's like a Sony's game. I have a bad feeling it's going to turn out like The Order, where it's just going to suck.
Well, I guess we have to wait and see, but yeah, I probably won't be picking that up right away. Just stay back and hear what people are saying about it. But, I don't know. That kind of reminds me of that game I just picked up on PC. I bought the Life is Strange, it's like a Telltale game, but it's not Telltale. It's like I think it's done by Square Enix. Yes, and it's
really Square Enix makes it.
Yeah, and it's like a story game, but it's more interactive. You can rewind time, but it's still a lot of talking to people and just doing
just like the Rare Collection. You can rewind the time.
Yeah, that's true too. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, in the Rare Collection, you can, in the older games at least, not the 360 games, but the old games, you can just rewind it any time you want. If you mess up, you can just rewind it. Pretty weird, but pretty cool with the triggers. So that's pretty cool. But yeah,
it's true. Which that's actually a cool feature. But it makes it easier to play like Battletoads because I almost beat the whole game, and I probably could have just kept using that feature.
Right, exactly. You can fly through the games and probably get all the milestones and get all the unlocks. But yeah, so I guess that was our review on the Rare Replay, whatever they call it. Rare, is that what they call it? The Rare Replay, whatever that is.
The Rare Replay Collection.
Yeah, that's our review. I guess we both give it a thumb down, or what would you give it? Out of 10, let's just get.
I don't know. It's like it's one of those things where it's only $30, so you can't really complain too much. Yeah. But it's not very good. It just makes you realize Rare's actually not very good as a company.
Yeah. Well, some people love Rare. I mean, I'm sure there's people listening to this cringing right now. Like, Rare's probably one of their most favorite, developers or whatever you want to call them, and probably have a big place in the heart for all of those games they grew up with. So for those people listening,
maybe for Conquer, yeah. I guess I can see that because Conquer I can see at the time being really good, but there's just so much talking, and you go into an area and more talking, and it's just like I guess for its time you're like, holy crap, talking, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of like Resident Evil, like on PS1 when you hear the talking, but when you go back. It's just so bad.
Well, I was cracking up at some of the voice acting in Conquer. There's that little weaselly looking guy, the German accent, like the little doctor that came in. He was funny. Not all of them were funny. Conquer's voice is kind of cool sounding. He's got a weird, cool tone to his voice. Like the tone of his voice is really dark and weird, and I like the voice acting in that game. I just. The controls, the double jumping, and jumping, you have to jump earlier than you think because you keep falling, and a lot of stuff. It just made me just go oh, this is so it's annoying, but that's one of the only ones I think where I would wait and put up with the voice acting and listen to it and get into the storyline because that's what I wanted. I wanted a mature and raunchy game when I heard about it, it's on the N64 and it's adult and stuff, and it's whoa, okay, this is cool. But yeah, I guess we're too old now to really be haha, that's so awesome. Or just the times have changed where any of those racy and raunchy things probably aren't even that big of a deal nowadays. Nothing we haven't heard or seen before. So, especially on an N64 console.
Well, that's the thing. For its time, it was probably more obviously crude and stuff like that. But compared to now, especially with Grand Theft Auto out, you're kind of it's actually not that bad. I don't know what the big deal is, but.
But yeah, I guess I wouldn't give it a thumbs down. I guess I'd give it a 6 out of 10 if we're gonna do it by that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a 6, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's not the worst collection, but it just makes you realize Rare has a lot of crappy games.
Yeah. It makes you realize there's way better games to be playing.
It's almost just like it's like Nintendo knew something. Like it's almost like when Microsoft bought Rare out, Nintendo's like, yeah, well.
You can have them.
Yeah, you can have 'em. Like they didn't do anything.
Well,
Donkey Kong was not even the greatest Donkey Kong, but unless they must have did the Super Nintendo ones though, right? Because those ones were good, and I'm pretty sure Rare did those.
well, yeah, I'm sure they were
So
good.
it seems like all the games that were actually pretty good that Rare did, it had some sort of help with Nintendo.
Well, weren't you saying something now about how Microsoft stuck Rare to work on like a Connect game? They didn't even really utilize them well.
Yeah, they were putting all Connect games, trying to like put them in. And it's like, really? Like,
Maybe they'll be.
yeah, even Phil Spencer admitted that. Phil Spencer's like, look, it's a great team. They should not be working on Connect games. They should be working on actual platformer games.
Yeah. And like maybe they're working on the HoloLens, like whatever it's called. Maybe they're doing something
Oh
for that.
God, I don't think so.
I mean,
There's apparently working on some hidden or secret project that apparently Phil Spencer's really excited about, but it's hard to tell with Phil Spencer. He's excited for, I don't know. Look at that Quantum Break. I'm kind of worried about that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that one.
Yeah, he's all excited about that one too, but he keeps delaying it. Like it's kind of, I don't know. Hopefully it's just about getting it right. He wants it to be perfect and he wants it to sell, so it doesn't turn out to be like Alan Wake, where it was a great game but just didn't sell.
Yeah. Well, it's the only time will tell. See what happens with all that. So yeah. So I guess it's around this part of the podcast where we want to introduce our guest of the week. So
Speaking of which, though,
Yeah.
why is there not more collections on the Xbox One and PS4?
Well, there are, right? Like, I consider those remastered ones all collectible collections in a way.
No, those are crappy collections. Like the good ones, like the Sega Genesis collections. They can have like Midway collections. They had so many on PS2.
Yeah.
Remember Atari collections? Even though it was crap, but they had like a Tecmo collection. But like there should be more like that on the Xbox One.
You know what?
Because I want to play all my arcade games.
You know why I think they don't have them? Like, my guess is that back when they stuck a whole bunch of games on one disc and sold it, I think they probably lost profits. Like, they probably thought, wait a second, nowadays we can put them individually on the marketplace
and sell them for $8.
and sell them each for $8, $10 instead of putting them all on one disc. You know what I mean? I think they just realized, wait, that's the wrong way to do it because we need to make some money.
Yeah, but say they did a good collection. Even Capcom. Imagine like Capcom did. How about a Mega Man collection? This would be great. A Mega Man collection of all the old ones and everything, but it was priced $79.99.
Well, every Mega Man
Yeah, every Mega Man
for $80, just boom.
for $80.
Yeah,
It came with the crappy like X-Men Legend ones too.
just all of them.
All of them.
You just own every Mega Man ever.
Yeah, for $79.99.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people would buy that. All the Mega Man fans would
Right.
go crazy.
It's perfect.
But
And then Capcom
it's not perfect.
brings in revenue.
It's not perfect though, because they could probably make way more money.
Yeah, but they're not
on
though.
Mega Man.
They're not putting them. Yeah, they could, but they're not doing it. They're just.
Yeah, maybe.
And not just that, people want certain Mega Mans. They don't want all. That's why it's kind of like. It's kind of satisfying every customer, because you know how there's a lot of customers even like they come in, they're looking for a certain Mega Man, especially the ones on Super Nintendo. They want Mega Man X or whatever it is. I don't know, 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And even on NES, it's usually I think 2 or 3 that most people want. So like
Just the certain
if
ones.
they put, if they put all the NES, Super Nintendo, and then I guess PS1, and I don't think anything came on PS2, did it?
I'm not sure.
There's the Anniversary Collection. They had that, and they had the X Collection.
Yeah.
But yeah, get them all and just put it on one disc, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you that I would love that. I would love like every like collection of games of a series that I've loved, just be able to just buy like
and play every single one.
Of course.
And it has it all on one disc, and then they can do the same thing behind the scenes videos.
I would love it if they could do that. That'd be great. I don't know. I think just I don't know. From I guess it's financial reasons. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe they're just
But Capcom needs money. There's
Yeah, everyone, all gamers,
especially after that Street Fighter V beta that just
that showed up and exploded in a bad way.
doesn't make any sense.
No, well, it's just you were saying that it's because everyone was trying to download it and that caused a bug or an issue or something.
That was one of the reasons that Capcom said, but I think it just wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, which is...
And they just didn't think it... I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it's...
If they knew it wasn't ready, why would they even put it out? Mm-hmm. Unless they had to put something out to satisfy the gamers. Regardless, it's going to sell anyways. It doesn't really matter. The game's like, whatever. It doesn't work. People are going to buy it because it's Street Fighter.
Well, you got to think about it this way. They're putting out a test. They're putting out a beta test. So if they put it out and it crashes, that's part of the test. They're like, well, our test failed. Good thing this was just a test. You know.
Good thing this was just a beta.
Yeah, it's like
beta that didn't even exist.
It's really. Just like Halo, whatever. With I think it was Halo. What was it, Halo 3 when they had the online beta? It's like when the servers go down. It's like, yeah, well, it was a beta. It's bad shit's gonna happen. You got to expect it to happen.
No, but they couldn't even play. That's the biggest issue. Is no one even got the chance to play the actual game.
Nobody.
Everyone got up. Nobody. It tried connecting to the servers and it just wouldn't.
Right.
And that's when Capcom said everyone was downloading it. And everyone was trying to log in and server all at once.
Well, that's exactly why they put out a beta test to test the servers to see how much stress the servers get. And I'm assuming so they. But
they knew everyone's going to play Street Fighter. So it makes zero sense.
Well, no, it's just that they failed their test.
It's like Halo 5 beta and be like, oh crap, we didn't expect all these people to play Halo 5.
Yeah.
It's like the Master Chief Collection, how it was a disaster.
Oh, I wish they would have beta tested that. Why didn't they?
Yeah.
If they would have beta tested the Master Chief Collection, I don't care if we waited a couple extra months for them to fix it. When I bought it, I just wanted it to work. It works now, but I'm so discouraged and sad. I'm like, meh.
It's like a big piss off that it just didn't work when you got it.
Not to mention everyone.
It still doesn't even work properly. It works better.
So far, I haven't had a problem the last few times I tried it. But here's the thing: everyone who's playing it are hardcore Halo people. So if you like, they're like MOG and like Insane and Twitch, and if you go onto like an online server to just jump in to play a couple games, you die and you have no fun. It's like everyone on there is a pro. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just suck now. But like, I have yet to just jump into a game and feel good. I'm just like, I'll just play a little bit of Halo. Nope, I'll just get destroyed for 5 minutes and just turn it off. It's so everyone on there. From how I feel, everyone on Halo servers right now playing are just so good, and they play it all the time, and it's just like ridiculous. Even with matchmaking, I'm level 1 or 2, and these guys are just destroying me. So yeah, but yeah, that's what happens when you don't beta test. So I'm glad that they're beta testing Street Fighter, because the servers, when they finally sell us the game, will work. Hopefully. Yeah. So beta tests are good.
But at the same time, more PS4s will be sold. More people will buy Street Fighter.
More pre-orders of Street Fighter.
Therefore, they still won't be ready for it.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well.
Alright, so this part of the podcast, this is where we interview one of our regular customers, and today we have Irwin.
Hello guys, Adam, Corey, thanks for having me at the podcast today.
Thanks for coming, Irwin.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
So Irwin, why don't you, tell us a bit about yourself, and what kind of games are you playing?
Yeah, tell us what you're playing lately.
My name is Irwin, and I'm very fanatic into the film industry. I've graduated from the Toronto Film School 5 years ago, so I'm very into the film genre. The current games I've been playing lately, actually, I've just currently finished Batman Arkham Knight, a very well done game, which I've played on the Xbox One.
Nice.
The story is to me very nicely done, very nicely edited. Not edited. Sorry.
How's the driving in that game?
The driving is good. I mean, at first it would be very confusing, but once you get to know the controls, once you understand how the mechanics of the Batmobile works, then you're able to utilize the vehicle to its needs throughout the entire game. So it's very it works very well. It blends actually very well into the game. I like the riding the vehicle because there'll be times where you are destroying other vehicles and using the vehicle to your advantages to reach certain points throughout the game in a very quick manner instead of having to fly just like in the past Batman Arkham games. So I really like the vehicle that they've implemented into this game.
But you like the controls and everything? You got a hang of them?
The controls, once again, it was a refresh for me because at first, I just want to make sure that I knew, how to do everything, and which I do because once you start knowing how to play a Batman Arkham franchise from the PS3 and on forth, it took me at least 2 minutes to get back into the controls and get back into the game.
Right on. Yeah, I had so much problems with it. Like, I don't know. I just gave up. I didn't really play a lot of it. I guess a lot of the Batman games in general. I played a bit of every one. I beat the first one. Loved the first one. But
yeah, the first one's amazing.
Yeah, I just really
I like actually the first, then Origins,
Mhm.
then probably this one, and maybe Asylum.
Yeah. Well, this one was
Or City. Sorry.
this one was great. Like what you're saying, it all. Yeah, I agree. I just couldn't. I don't know, something about this. The controls of the car. The Batmobile. Sorry, I just couldn't. I just didn't dig it. I don't know what.
I thought the controls were terrible for the Batmobile.
Yeah.
It's not really true physics implementation that the programmers have done. It was just basically straightforward. You got your right trigger, doing the gas, and then you got your X as the brakes, and your left trigger was basically forming your weaponry system on the Batmobile. So then you'll use
But
yeah.
Did you use the brakes, or did you use like that?
I would use the brake. The only time I would use the brakes mostly is when I'm facing Firefly. Because there's a chase sequence with Firefly. And this guy. I mean, you'll face him. I'm currently trying to clear the Firefly scenario. So in the first 2 or 3 times or attempts you're going after Firefly, I mean he will go slow, but he'll start flying really quickly. You got to really catch up to him. If you lose him, basically the scenario ends and you got to start all over again. So I think that's the most time I had to use the brakes is with Firefly. But
I
brakes,
I kept hitting left trigger. I thought it was the brake, and I turned into the tank. I was like, this is annoying. And I think it's just my fault. I should have just had more patience. And apparently, you can change the controls any way you want. There's so many customizable parts of that game. Like I could have made it better, but I was just so instantly fed up with it. But I'm glad that someone played it and enjoyed it. So hearing this is kind of a good.
Well, it's weird.
It's a very
it
good
seems
thing.
like a lot of people either really like it or hate it.
Yeah.
I never heard someone say like it was okay. I beat it, but it was okay. Like I never heard anyone say that. People either trade in within 3-4 hours and they just gave up on the game. Or
I
people
guess there's a lot more they've put into the Batman Arkham Knight because I think that riddles is something that not only would throw me off, but it will throw a lot of people off because some of the riddles is kind of ridiculous, right? But the story overall, I've enjoyed the story with Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City Origins and then Arkham Knight. Very good story flow. You have to play the other 3 in order to understand what is going on with Arkham Knight. Nice. Because if you haven't played the other 3, then you would not know the story that the finale.
I played them, I just don't remember them.
I kind of cheated. I watched them on YouTube, just the endings. I watched the secret ending to the latest Batman, and it was really cool. But
yeah. I guess a lot of people would do that. I mean, I find it very. It's not odd. It's more like just give it like a month for everyone to get into the game, or at least have a lot of. Well, we can't really tell if X amount of percentage of people would clear the game one shot, then put all the spoils out there, right?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that there is bound to be X amount of people that just don't have the patience. They're just eagerly to know. I mean, if they haven't played the other games because A, they don't have the system, or B, they do, but as you stated earlier, they had problems that or didn't like it or just couldn't handle one part of the scenario of a game and just kind of gave up on it. Then then this game came out, you got the trailers, you got the marketing of this game, like, oh man, this game is wicked. However, I can clear the game.
Yeah.
Then they'll just probably watch the videos just to catch up on stuff.
No, it's a bad thing. I don't usually do it. I was really excited for the Batman game and the newest one, and
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, and I started playing it, and I was like, and then I heard good things about the story, like the storyline and how the game itself has a really good story. So
It's great.
I still wanted to see what it was all about, but I didn't want to play it.
Yeah. Overall,
Yeah.
Rocksteady have done a very good job with the Batman franchise. I mean, I in my opinion, I believe that the Batman games in general is pretty much up there than any other type of superhero games out there
Nice.
so far.
Well, that's
So
awesome. Well, it's good to hear your take on it. That's awesome. So,
yeah.
anything else? Any other games you're playing lately?
There is actually, the other games I have, probably play on or off is the Dragon Ball universe.
No.
The Dragon Ball universe is, of course, as you all know, it's another typical fighting game. But anyone who has played the past Dragon Ball games ever since the beginning of Famicom, Super Nintendo, to your PS1, to your PS2, PS3, Budokai Tenkaichi, and all that, I haven't really got into those games heavily. But with Dragon Ball's universe, I guess it does make it up. But I might be wrong for saying that because I've been told from different people that each of these games has a different approach or different physics
Yeah.
in its fighting styles and whatnot. But for me, I enjoy Dragon Ball's universe very much. It's just basically, I think this game in general is just revising all the Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT storylines. And so it's more like a paradox story mode that they have where you have your custom made character going out there, and Trunks is basically telling you that this paradox has happened. Somebody is twisting the story. You got to put the story back together, right? So, like for example, there's a in Dragon Ball Z, there's a time where Goku has to die, and you got to make sure that actually happens. If that doesn't happen in the story, then things change, the current events changes, and then there'll be parts where characters won't exist, right? So it was kind of uniquely done. Then they implemented some new DLCs in relating to the new movie that's coming out actually tomorrow, which is the Dragon Ball Z F. I forget the full title, which is Return of Frieza. So they'll have some characters implemented there. Other than that, another game I'm pretty much going back to, which a lot of people are doing, is I've recently purchased the Retron 5 from We Got Games, and
Nice.
pretty much I'm enjoying it very much. Sadly, there's always going to be a con in every single thing. So, I mean, you'll have your pros, you have your cons. The cons would be that there'll be a lot of games that may not work.
Right, you were saying.
And I recently purchased
Do you remember which games those were that didn't work?
One of the games that I've spoken to you guys on was the refurbished games, Earthbound Uncut, which I bought. And when I bought that game, with refurbished games, it's just a ROM file that's been remodified in chipset, and then you can buy them wherever. So
Yeah, that's crazy. When I heard about
Yeah.
that, I was like, they're doing that? So they're just they're taking cartridges, they're opening them up, they're taking out the existing game, which will be like an old sports title that nobody cares about, and then they're putting in some kind of a special
Which we
ROM.
might be selling.
It's not really taking the existing game. They're actually taking the ROM file. It's mostly translated games from which games that never came out in North America.
Oh wow.
So the one I got is an unrated. An unrated version of Earthbound. If you were to research, there's two types different. There's the Earthbound that hasn't been not been touched in the Japanese version, so you have some kind of adult situation going on, or story. For example, you will have reference to the KKK.
What?
The color patterns of some background characters, but in the American version they kind of took that out. So
Yeah.
if you were to Wikipedia that and look at all that stuff, you'll see what changes that they've done from the Japanese version to the American version.
So it's the uncensored full version.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for that. I was trying to find that word. So, anyways, the refurbished versions will not work on the Retron 5 systems. However, they
But there's
will
an
work.
actual name for it, right?
What's that?
There's an actual name for those cartridges, and I can't remember the name of them. But we're actually going to be carrying them soon.
Yeah?
It's not really like refurbished. What is it called?
Re-release or something? I don't have the cartridge
Like
with me.
now.
I wish I did.
Well, that's cool though. I dig that. It's good that
Yeah.
people can finally play these games.
But it will work on your original system. So I've tested on my brother's original Super Nintendo, and it works on there. However, the retro file will not read, not refurbished, but reprogrammed. I guess if we could find a proper term.
Reproduction, maybe?
Reproduction. There you go. That's the
Repro?
word.
Very nice.
Reproduction.
Yeah, repro.
Reproduction, and it will say reproduction or repro on the cartridge, just to
Gotcha.
show that to people. So, um, if and like we all have played emulated games on the computers back in the days, whatnot, ZNES, SNES. So it's just basically that program or whatever program you use on the Retron 5. Very crisp quality on the LCD HD TVs. So anybody out there who has old retro games piled up and you get yourself the Retron 5, it's worth it. You get to play Super Nintendo, Famicom, Sega Genesis. Sega Master System is a kind of different story because you have to have the extension of the Sega Genesis
Oh shit.
to put that into the system, and then the Sega Master
Yeah.
game in there. So once you type in Retron 5 reviews and whatnot, and there's further information on that. All the Game Boys, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance.
That's crazy. So many.
So it's awesome.
So you're
Yeah.
you're enjoying it. That's good to hear.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it. It's very unique.
But as far as you never had like any Super Nintendo games not work, except
Except for the reproduction one, so far that I have.
Okay.
But hold on, sorry. The Super FX chips games, some of them won't work, such as Street Fighter Alpha. I think
That's bizarre.
the Star Ocean won't work as well. But once again, I've read the article and I've seen YouTube videos on it. And there'll be someone who has done reviews and actually explained that these games will work and these games will work. So, but I don't own those games, so I won't tell for myself. But
Okay.
Star Ocean's kind of hard to come by anyway.
oh yes, indeed, one of the rare games. So yeah.
Wow. Right on.
I got like my hands on it when like we got that one in or whatever when I sold to you, Irwin, and then just testing it out though, like just the screen and everything is just so crisp and clear. The only negative though is remember how what were we doing? We were putting in the cartridge, then turning it on, or putting it was already on, putting the cartridge, and it wouldn't read it.
Yeah, it's very tricky because I remember when Corey when we were talking about how we have to put the cartridge in so it loads the ROM.
It actually displays the name, which is kind of cool.
It displays the name exactly, but you can also keep the cartridge in, and next time you return the system on, it'll read it either way. So I had to correct you on that. Correct myself on that. That if you put the cartridge in, basically you could take it out, reload it, or if you turn the system on, off, and then put it back on, it'll read the cartridge again. You don't have to like take it out every single time.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So that's that.
That
I
was
had
just a weird fluke that we did, I guess.
It probably is. I mean, after trying that out, then that's how it turns out to be. So
Nice.
but the
Okay, so
problem
you
is
leave it on and then.
exactly. And one little flaw though that you also will notice is some of the games or it's very difficult to actually put in because the way how they design the inserts of the cartridge could be very
Yeah,
hard
there's no eject button.
Yeah.
The Super Nintendo has the eject button, and this doesn't. That's the
Exactly.
Only, yeah, it's kind of
So-
weird.
You have to really kind of struggle taking the cartridge out, but you have to be very, very careful. Don't like take it out too quick or too hard, or else you may end up breaking the plastic surrounding or whatnot. So, and that's also been told in YouTube videos on
Maybe
that.
they did it on purpose. That way, when the Retron 6 comes out, they'll add that as like a feature. And then people
Well, it
like, "Oh."
depends. It depends, though. I mean, as in our conversation with Retron 5, once again, that they're having a dispute problem with the copyrights, whatever, of the program. So we don't know if that's going to be bypassed or if whoever wins in the court, that the Retron 5 may be the last system we're about to see.
The Retron 6 will have the 6 will be for repo games.
Probably.
And N64 games.
or
Repo sounds like they're like, they're gonna like repo the Retron 5s. And that's what it sounds like.
But then once again, does Nintendo know?
Nintendo will come and repo the Retron 5.
Oh my god. So many things going on.
It's a nice system though, regardless.
Yeah, but the controller's bad, right? We're all
And it has HDMI.
It's bad. I mean, it's good wirelessly, but the design is so bad that some people may like it, some people won't like it. But I guess the designer of the system doesn't really have a choice because they can't have similar designs, or next thing you know,
No.
they're sued for that.
Yeah,
Right?
it seems like they designed it so that you'd use the original controllers.
But well, that's the
That's-
thing.
yeah.
They did make it so you can
So-
have the original
So
controllers.
the
You
controller
could-
they made was probably an afterthought. They're probably just like, no one's going to use this anyways, but it has to come with the controller. It'd be odd if it didn't.
Yeah.
So here you go, buy it, then throw this thing away. Just put it in the corner.
And I heard you can get like a USB port or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That it makes like you can have like an extension that way the Super Nintendo controllers just seem like the wireless, but it's not really.
Oh wow.
No, did not notice of that. No, I don't think so. Is the only
I think
USB?
it's like a separate like peripheral though. I think you have to buy it online like on Amazon.
Oh, okay. I probably
It, like it plugs in and then yeah, it's just like an extension cord kind of thing.
That'd be,
Oh,
that'd be
Or
good.
like a yeah, because like the Super Nintendo cords are not like long at all.
Yeah, I have a problem with that. I had to sit like very close to the TV just to play the game if I'm using a Genesis when I use a Genesis controller to play Sonic, I was like uncomfortable. I can't really sit relaxed, laid back and enjoy the game. So yeah, that's one downfall is, and if that's true that they have an extension part that you got to buy, then that's something I need to get. But strangely enough, I have been using not much of the old controllers. I've been using the new controllers, which it's very strange. I do enjoy using it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So but I doubted there would be people would have problems using the controller. Just the way the design is bulky and just the way how you handle it could be uncomfortable.
For sure.
So
Right on. So that's what you've been playing. Some retro gaming and some Batman.
yeah, and of course, yeah.
Very cool. Right on.
So here's a new topic. Why don't you tell us what you like about the We Got Games store
Oh, shit.
and what you don't like
Uh-oh.
about the We Got
Yeah,
Games
just
store.
don't worry. Don't hold back.
What's there? To be honest, I've been coming to this store since I guess way back, ever since 1995 and 96. Ever since when the game used to be called Aardvark.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I won't come as much into that store. However, down the road, I guess when Corey, when you start working there, I started to come more frequently because of Corey. So, have I ever had a problem with video games? No, I haven't. And I'm not saying this to be a suck up or anything. I've pretty much am comfortable in purchasing my stuff. I mean, I got movies. I think the biggest thing is movies. Movie prices are very nicely put there, and I've gotten more DVDs than I would usually get if I were to shop at HMV Music World.
That's true.
So that is a bonus for me.
Nice.
As for games, it's a gamble. It's most times I'll shop at We Got Games, and if there's something else I find somewhere else that has it, then I will purchase. For example, it's very rare to find Sonic CD
Oh yeah.
for Sega CD, so I happened to find that in Toronto. Yes, it was kind of costly, $84 to get the CD, right?
Nice.
So, but it was it's in mint condition, manual book, everything, no scratch in this. So it's worth it.
Nice.
But and it's of course once again knowing Corey working there, I get to know everyone else working there. You, Adam, and Blake, who's the manager there, and then the girls, Jessica.
Like that's the owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to correct
It's
you.
okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
The owner.
Yeah.
And it's comfortable, and once you get comfortable and you're going there frequently, and buying things, and you get to know everyone, then it's just like your second home or third home, right?
Well, that's cool
So
to hear. Thanks, man.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but there's
all
nothing
friendly staff
bad.
that we got games.
There's nothing bad I've experienced. I mean,
Yeah. So anyone listening, if you have any Sega CD games, especially Sonic, bring them in and trade them to our store.
I don't know.
So we can overprice them for Irwin.
No, please don't overprice it for me.
I'm
It's-
kidding.
like I said, it's pretty
I
much
do
a
wish-
gamble.
I do wish people brought more Dreamcast games. That's what I wish.
That's the thing. Yeah, you don't.
Sega CD and Sega Saturn, it's usually like people are looking for certain titles, so that's why they're
Yeah.
a bit harder to sell. That's why we don't really necessarily take them unless someone has. Like,
I mean,
a
the one I
pack.
bought recently from Wii Games was Corey. Marvel's Capcom 2 for Dreamcast,
Oh,
which you guys had there.
Yeah.
really?
How much was the price?
Was that 32 or something? 35? I think it was 35.
That was a couple years ago, though, right?
No, I got that last month from you guys.
Oh, wow. We probably just got it and then sold it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it there.
I never saw it. That's how fast it was.
I bought it when Blake was there. I bought it when he was
Yeah,
there.
you must have bought it on a Saturday, which is probably when we got it.
Yeah, came in and out really quick. That's how it happens.
So, it's just one of those things where people are actually, they will get the game. It's people are hunt for old games, and whatnot. So everyone's out there getting these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a first come first serve, first grab, whatever. So
yeah, especially for certain titles. Well, especially like that one. 'Cause that one's
the
really
one thing
popular.
the one thing you guys got to do though is put demo stations.
I
Just like-
wish.
Just like what you had back in the days. Well, I remember that screen you guys had in the center, and well, I guess because it broke down, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a really.
Yeah, but it worked. Like we talked about before. Like it worked back in like I don't know, maybe when I first started. It was like less busy at that time, so it actually made it more busy when there was people playing, and then people would obviously come in and stand around.
Yeah, sort of.
But now if we, but now if we had it, like it's so busy now that. You can't, because everyone will be in each other's way, and people want to get games. And but I do want to have something at the very front. I always told Blake we should probably have something in the front, but then you have to worry about the controllers and stuff. But I don't know. Nowadays, who's gonna steal a 360?
Yeah,
controller?
there would have to be a break in the cabinet. Like if there was a way that people could stand in front of the TV and not block like a cabinet of games, that would work. It's just that there's no good way to do it.
Especially now, it would be cool to hook up a Retron 5 since it's wireless, remotes. You can have old school games and people can come in and play them.
Yeah, that's true.
The trouble is not though, is people might be like, "Hey, that's a rare game. Do you mind if I can play it?"
Yeah. Well, do we want to show off the retro games or do we want to show off the brand new games? Because we had the 360.
Yeah, but retro is the in thing right now. So I think, especially at the front, right? People walk by, they remember their childhood memories and whatnot.
The nostalgia is a big thing. It does.
I mean, maybe in September, October, show off the newer games, but I think summer's perfect for retro because there's nothing really out for newer.
Or you could have half and half. You could display retro side, and then you got the new release games. You know how you guys have the two TVs on the ceilings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
half something like that. Not every single time. But, it just depends on your discretion. You could have it display for a couple of days and then go back to TV shows or whatever and whatnot, and then next you want to go back and showing. It's very important to actually show the past to people because Irwin,
that's actually a good idea. Not so much maybe we can probably do a trailer. It might be cool just to do an 80s trailer of commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Of gaming commercials. Those are so ridiculous and funny.
You could have
right?
the left side have
especially when it's Sega.
Yeah. Yeah, I could probably find a whole bunch of old retro commercials.
I remember the
burn it
Star
on a disc
Fox.
and just.
Or a thumbstick. Nowadays, all you need.
All the Crash Bandicoots were good. All those commercials.
I'm sure we could find them. All you need is just a thumb drive or something. Just load it up with a whole bunch of old Sony and Nintendo commercials.
Yeah, because that's that'll be really cool to run. I think something like that.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
People will be
show a history, a bit of a history of.
Yeah.
That's a
good idea.
That's a great idea. We should do that.
That way, people. Know the past instead of knowing the present. I mean, especially with this new generation. I mean, we will always have an argument, and it always will remain an argument forever on video games and what started it. How this came into form, et cetera, et cetera. So as by showing everything from the Super FX chip to the early versions of Final Fantasy to the first 3D rendered game, et cetera, et cetera. It's showing the old school and it converts to our to today's 8th or 9th. I think we're in the 9th generation console.
I gave up counting.
Yeah, I think the 9th or 8th, somewhere around there. I think 8th or 9th.
It's a lot of video games.
In general, so it's a lot. It will be a lot of work, but it will also show customers coming and say, "Hey, I remember that game. Yeah, okay. Well, what is that game?" Some kid will come in, "Oh, what is that game?" And then you guys will be quiet. You say, "Well, guys, as can you see it? This was blah blah blah, and then this is what we are playing today." So
it's good to show that stuff off, and it definitely will help in the long run.
So what's any other negatives?
Negatives for.
Oh, about the store. That's what the topic was.
Negatives for the story. It's. I don't have anything negative in my mind. I mean, there's nothing. Well, I wish you guys have your expand your store, right? Because I think you guys deserve to have your store expanded by
Yeah,
now.
that'd be cool. More room.
Many, you guys
Yeah.
been like how long Blake's been there now since 1990.
20, at least 25,
Wow.
maybe 26 years.
25. So it's I think the man deserves to have a bigger storefront. And that way you guys can input more stuff, or it's more organized, and that way it
Mm.
not only that, but you're celebrating as an anniversary. Hey, you guys never have an anniversary still,
No.
do you?
No.
No,
Yeah.
No?
There's a lot of things.
we always talked about something, but like,
Yeah.
I have to ask. Like, I don't know if we really, or not me, but I don't know if like necessarily remembers when the store was open. But
Mhm.
I
mean,
think you
guess
guys
you
should
can
have
just
an
go in
anniversary
January
still.
anyway,
That's
right,
kind of
or
why I
something.
feel bad about that big TV, like that big dead TV in the back.
I-
It's like I love that TV
Well-
only because here's the thing. I saw Mario 64 for the very first time on that TV. I saw most PlayStation 1 games for the very first time.
But there was two, right? There was like this other
Was-
big, huge black one
Oh,
before.
was it?
That
No,
was
the black-
first
Oh,
one.
maybe that's what
yeah,
I'm thinking.
Got
And
the
it had
silver
the
one.
3 bulbs, and then this is the newest
Oh, when
one.
did that come in?
That was, it's 2007.
Oh,
or
okay, get
8.
rid of it. Burn it then. The other one.
Yeah.
The other one is where I
The
had all my
other
memories.
one is what you remember.
Well, so much for my memories. I didn't know it was black and silver. It was like almost the same TV though.
black and silver, black and silver.
Yeah.
And
But either way, then
But-
yeah, that was. There's still a lot of things that hold up. Like it's still when I see the TV, I think of all the memories I had when I was a kid coming in and watching that TV. But I guess it's not that TV. Thanks for destroying my memories, Corey.
But yeah. But that's the thing. There's a lot with the memories, and I think that's what people like too,
Yeah.
right? Because I seen a guy that I haven't seen in friggin' I think 8 years. I don't know if you were working that
I
day
don't know.
when he came in because he moved to like Oshawa area. But yeah, he came in and he's just like, I'm glad like when I come in the store, everything's exactly like the same as how I remembered
Right.
it.
Here's the thing. Like
You still
not
have
to
the
knock
DVDs and
other
Blu-rays and-
stores. Hint, hint. But some game stores, because there's a whole bunch, right? Some game stores decide to just switch the sections like every week. Like we're gonna move all the Wii U games on this side of the store and all the Xbox One games over here now. So every time you walk in, you have to talk to them, going, "Where the hell?
Yeah, where's this
Where
game?"
are all those games? I just came in last week and I went over to my corner and it's all gone now. What? Why?" So
Yeah, I don't know why retail.
Wants to make the good.
They're trying to like do like what retail stores, like shoe stores, for example, they'll rearrange your stuff.
yeah, no,
Bloody hell, every single week, right?
It's-
so
I don't get it either
Mm-hmm.
because especially when you're familiarized, you walk in, you want to know exactly where to go, and especially when you're used to it.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they want like the workers. Maybe they want the
Exactly.
customers to go out to the workers and be like, "Where's all your?"
Not just
such and
that,
such
but they
games
want the
now?" Like,
workers to work. They want them to move all the games from one section to another, like weekly. They're like, oh,
Maybe,
let's
yeah,
give them
they're always
something to
busy.
do while they're just standing
Yeah.
around talking about video games with their friends. And it's kind of like that's the whole point, though. People come in, you want to talk about gaming, like we're doing here at
Yeah.
the store. It's the better way to do it. Is if you're Corey, if you're busy moving an entire section of games, you're gonna miss great conversations with customers. You're gonna miss.
Well, it's not just that. It's more of a personal level too.
Mhm.
I feel like the more that customers come in, the more you talk to them, the more you get to know
Exactly.
them, and then it's more. I don't know. They get like a connection as well,
Yeah.
right? And they can just ask you, or certain questions, or they feel more comfortable buying stuff off of you.
And
I think when the other stores, I feel like if you're on the floor, customers don't even want to bug you because they just assume you're busy.
Right, and if you're holding a whole bunch of
So-
games, or if you're moving things, like personally, if I have to move a whole bunch of games to another side of the store or whatever, I'm gonna look like a jerk because I'm gonna be focused on doing that. I don't multitask very well. People are gonna look at me going like, he works here, he doesn't even care about my problem. I'm looking for something, and he just walked right by me. Because I'm on I have a path, like a one set, like I have to put the stuff over here. I don't want to come across like a jerk, but just I find moving that's just like too much bullshit. You don't have to do that.
I just feel like most customers, if they see like a worker busy, they tend to either not ask you because you're busy, or they'll just be like, you know what, I'll just go somewhere else. Because I don't want to bug them.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. And yeah, I know there's some customers that will come in and be like, you know what, I'm willing to wait. But a lot of customers, they just want to get in, ask a question, and
Yeah.
leave.
No, that's good.
Right?
But that's good. I mean,
I don't know.
I think having everything in the same section is
no,
good.
it's definitely no, that's definitely good because like there's a lot of customers that don't even want to ask. They just want to come in. They know exactly where to go, what to search for, and when they see it, they just want to be like, I just want to grab that and kind of leave or whatever.
Yeah. It's a good way to do it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's good to, there's always a saying, old is gold, right? So you want to keep things as is and
well, especially for kids that come in, because there's a lot of kids like they're shy and stuff like that, and then if they go into a store and everything's all rearranged, they're gonna be like, I'm not gonna ask because I'm too shy, or I feel stupid if I ask questions, so they just leave. So
yeah, they did that to me at EB. They moved the amiibos from one side of the store to the other, like within a couple of weeks, and I didn't want to ask. I'm a 36-year-old man. I don't want to be like, hey, where are the amiibos?
Where's the toys
Where are
at?
my little plastic toys that I'm addicted to? But no, I eventually found them. I had to walk further into the store. Like, and the problem is they put it really close to the cash. Maybe they have problems with people stealing them. I don't know, but like
they used to have their desk closest to the entrance.
Now it's the furthest back.
Now it's all the way back, which I don't understand. That kind of deviates from customer service because you gotta go all the way back. Whereas, if you have it in the front, you could easily say, hi, how can I help you? Then you can find it's like no, and then they can go.
I think the only thing I think it has to do with lineups, because especially with pre-orders, how they're like so slow with the pre-orders and stuff like that. I feel like when they had it at the front, the line went outside the store. At least now it just goes.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only thing I can
think of.
But they could have made like one of those
little, like snake kind of like they could have put up like a gate of some kind up, so it brought people all the way to the back of the store and then down to the front again. They could have done that, but whatever. This is you're right. It's good. It gets everyone into the
Either
store.
way, it's just
You're right, but that's just how it goes. That's a good point. It's good that it's a good point to say that when people come into the store, they know where everything is. I think that's
because I know, at least for me, if I go to a store and I know where something is, I can just quickly go and see if they have it or not, and then
I think
get it.
It's everyone. It's everyone's frustration when they walk into a store and things have moved around. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, not much. Not everything in this world is meant for a change. There's something that's meant to stay the same, but there's a reason, right? So we tend to give this philosophy. There has to be a change. No, there hasn't. Change does not apply to everything, right?
Exactly.
So
we even talked about like renovations and stuff like that. But like, I don't. Because this is a big discussion. Renovating the store, would it actually draw more customers in?
I think so. I mean, sometimes I fantasize.
Anniversary guys.
Yeah, I fantasize about like different, like the walls being different colors and like maybe something else with the floor.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But it's gonna like just because a customer like like a store or whatever looks brighter or whatever. Is it really gonna draw you in because like the racks are different and stuff like that, or like the floors?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think if you make it look, if you give it a different look, I mean,
because for me, if I heard like for example, like I heard like Game Shack just opened up for Emily, I was going to check that store regardless just to see what it's like. I didn't go in because I was just like, I heard the store looks nice.
Well, did you go in? Like, did you check it out?
Yeah, like I went in and checked it out.
What do you think? Like,
it looks,
does it look nice? Like, what's it look?
It looks nice, but at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna, like if I was gonna shop or whatever, I wouldn't be like I'm not shopping here because I don't like the way it looks. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't.
Yeah.
It's more of the product.
Thing for me. Yeah, right. It's about the product. So like, if you got the product, you're gonna buy it. Like I don't.
That's true. You have a big point. It's like it doesn't really matter what the store like looks like as long as you got what they want. And
at like a good price. I feel like as long as within reason, whatever, right?
But
like,
it's nice to keep the store.
They got it, and you want it.
It's nice to keep the store looking like maybe not hip or trendy, but like fashionable. And our store, I think, looks fine. It hasn't really like changed, but that's a good thing. And so I don't know. It's hard to say. We'd have to really think about it.
I think that's the thing. Like, I think there's arguments, obviously, but I think it's good in the sense of, like, the people that are regulars from years and years and years ago, back in the Aardvark days, they come in and it's just, like, memories. But, like, the only thing is, like, these new people that just moved to Brampton or whatnot, and then they go by our store, do they look at it like, oh, you know what I mean? Or like that's what I just wondered. But or would they just go in anyways just because it's a game store and then they just want to know if we have it? Like,
True.
Well, how
you
many
know what I mean?
people
Like,
have you guys? How many people have you guys seen? I mean, there's always going to be. You have a lot coming in every single day, right?
yeah. The
So
only thing I feel right now is like there's especially adults like parents.
yeah,
Um, the ones that like corporate companies, they just rather deal with corporate companies,
yeah,
so like we can never get them regardless of whatnot. And there's people that just prefer corporate companies obviously for, I don't know, maybe reinsurance of their returns, I guess. I'm not really sure, but they just rather deal with corporate than independent.
yeah.
But I feel like just because we change the store, it's not going to bring those people that are into the corporate, it's not going to be like, because we're still an independent. So it's
You
not
know,
like,
with independent, you could do a lot more if you're independent than a corporate, because corporate always has limitation.
no,
So
you
that's
definitely
what.
can.
Yeah.
But there's just those parents out there, it's more, I don't want to use the word like stuck up, but like
Mm,
their principle, I guess, of things that they rather pay the premium price because it's corporate, I guess I should say.
mm. Higher price? Well, look at look at e-beacons. They're a higher price because of
Yeah, well, that's why I said
yeah,
premium.
yeah. Sorry.
And,
Okay.
but no, it's just like, yeah, it's just there's like those people that just rather go to like the corporate than independent stores just because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like a trust thing too. Which I try to get those people and like it just you can't. It's just they have like they
It's
just
a
ask a million
50-50.
questions like, what's your return policy? Oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. I'd rather prefer corporate. And
Yeah.
even though their return policies are not that great, it's just because it's a corporate company. They just feel more trustworthy, I guess, with them, and they feel like independent stores, I guess, could close down the next day,
Yeah.
which, so it's more like a reinsurance thing, I guess.
Yeah, like what was that? There's a woman that came in. I don't know. It was a while ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and she was buying a game off you, and I could just hear her. I was on the other side of the store, but she was just like, "Let's go see if EB has a better price. I think Walmart has a sale. Best Buy is doing something on this game this week. Knock, knock.
Yeah.
When I step on your foot, Corey, and tell you about Best Buy selling your game cheaper, you will definitely drop your
I
price
know.
and give me a deal."
That-
Oh.
That's when I looked at Walmart and I looked at EB,
Yeah.
and they're selling the game for the
The
same
same
price,
price.
$44.99.
Yeah.
It was Smash Brothers on 3DS. I remember.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
I guess more.
I looked it up and I was just like, no, it's actually the same price. I have it here. And she's just like, well, we're going to go check anyway.
Yeah, they always say, I would get a lot of people like, I'm going to go and check EB. I don't mind, or whatever. I'm going to go check another place. And that's fine. That's totally cool.
Because I always tell people, like, we can try our best to price match EB if it's within reason. I mean, if they're having some crazy sale, then we can't. But if it's like, if it's like $5 or something
Yeah.
cheaper, we'll try our best to do it.
And sometimes the regular will come into our store and they'll see a game. A lot of our like used stuff, like retro games, they'll see a game and they might be like, "That's overpriced," and they'll kind of like make. But the same people that say that I found also say like, "Oh, you're selling that game too cheap. Like you should raise your price on that game." So it's cool though. You gotta listen to that because then we can totally
Oh, yeah, but that's with retro.
Yeah.
Retro's hard to do because retro, I mean, there's so many different
Yeah, you go
prices.
online.
And it depends what site you look
Yeah.
for, right? Because it's like the one regular guy that comes in, Nathan. He always goes by price chart. We always usually go by Amazon.
And they fluctuate
so...
for sure. And on top
Yeah,
of
and they
that, with
fluctuate,
Amazon
so-
too, on top in anything like the shipping is also like a factor that you forget when you're buying stuff.
Yeah, everyone forgets that.
So,
Yeah.
but
I still want that Mario RPG, game,
right.
We have it. Yeah.
but the picture is torn up.
Yeah, the
but it's
picture is
higher
torn up.
price.
Oh, do we? Well,
Yeah, I think it was $79.99.
well, it's hard to say. I haven't seen it, but.
$50.
Well, that's a good place to stop to leave it there. Well, hopefully will we give Irwin the deal? Drama music. Tune in next week. No, but would like to thank Irwin so much for coming and talking to us. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Irwin.
Thank you for
I'd
having
like to
me.
thank everybody listening to the podcast, and we'll be back next.
5 years.
Yeah, thanks all 3 4 of you. who listened to us. But yeah, we should probably end it here, and we'll be back hopefully soon with another podcast.
Adios.
All right.